He rejected his own daughters, but never imagined they would become his last support. This is not just a story. This is a lesson about patience, pride, and Allah's justice. Tariq lived with his wife Sarah in an old rural house. Life was simple. In the morning, he went to work in the fields, and in the evening, he returned tired and exhausted. For 5 years after marriage, they were not blessed with children. This void saddened both of their hearts deeply. Often they wondered how this journey of life would pass. But no one has control over Allah's will. They remained patient. Because of not having children, Tariq's attitude began to change. He started ignoring his wife and sometimes even looked down upon her. But Sarah did not lose courage. She silently endured everything and prayed day and night to Allah to bless them with the gift of children. Years passed. After 7 long years, Allah showed His mercy and blessed them with a daughter. Sarah was overjoyed. Her prayers were answered. Tariq also expressed happiness outwardly, but deep inside, he considered the daughter a burden. Sarah tried to make him understand that Allah had given them a gift and they should be grateful. But Tariq's heart was filled with ingratitude and resentment. Time passed. The next year, another daughter was born, and then after some time, a third one. Sarah accepted Allah's decision wholeheartedly, but Tariq's behavior grew harsher. His relationship with his wife worsened. He often taunted and humiliated her. Sarah repeatedly reminded him that this was Allah's decision and there was goodness in it, but Tariq considered her words meaningless. Eventually, his cruelty and ignorance reached a point where he divorced Sarah. It felt like the world had collapsed upon her. After the divorce, she had no support. She cried, but there was no one to listen. Allah was her only refuge. Tariq not only divorced her, but also threw her out of the house. He built a small mud hut in one corner of the fields and left Sarah there with her daughters. Time passed, and soon news spread that Tariq had married another woman from the neighborhood with great celebration. A grand wedding procession took place, a feast was held, and he happily immersed himself in his new life. Tariq abandoned the blessings Allah had given him and tried to create happiness on his own, not knowing that the decisions of destiny are unchangeable. When a person commits injustice, its end is always painful. But some people forget this and believe that building a life through cruelty is success. Sarah's daughters were very young, only 3 or 4 years old, yet they faced hardships with their mother. Sarah survived on charity and alms. Despite poverty, humiliation, and loneliness, she never lost hope in Allah. She believed that Allah would surely open a way for her. Meanwhile, Tariq's new life continued. After some time, Allah blessed him with a son, exactly what he wanted. The neighborhood began to talk. Some said Tariq's first wife was not good, which is why she did not bear sons. Others mocked Sarah's life, saying if she were righteous, she wouldn't be living in such misery. Tariq held a grand feast at the birth of his son. He invited the entire neighborhood and celebrated joyfully. To him, this felt like the greatest success of his life. But humans do not know where true goodness lies. Only Allah knows the reality of outcomes. Time kept moving forward. Days turned into months, and months into years. After 3 years, Tariq was blessed with another son, and a few years later, a third one. His heart felt satisfied. He began to justify his cruelty, believing he was right. Satan convinced him that since Allah gave him 3 sons, he must be on the right path, though the fault was entirely his. Tariq worked in the fields and managed his home, while Sarah lived with her 3 daughters on charity and alms. On one side, The oppressor lived a joyful life. On the other, an innocent woman lived a life of poverty and trials. But remember, Allah's decisions are final. They may be delayed, but they always come true. Years passed. Tariq's sons grew into young men, and he himself reached old age. One day, he told his wife to find a beautiful girl from a wealthy family for his eldest son's marriage, so that at least one responsibility would be fulfilled. On the other side, Sarah's 3 daughters had also reached adulthood, but poverty had deprived them of life's joys. No good clothes, no jewelry, no hope of marriage. Everything felt like a distant dream. After some time, Tariq arranged his eldest son's marriage in the city. The house was filled with happiness. Tariq, his wife, and his sons celebrated joyfully. During those moments, one son said, "Father, we should invite Sarah to the wedding. After all, she is also related to us." Hearing this, Tariq arrogantly replied, "What's the use of inviting those mad people? But fine, invite them so they can realize their mistake." When the wedding day arrived, Sarah accepted the invitation wholeheartedly and attended with her daughters. Not only did she attend, but she also served wholeheartedly. She instructed her daughters to serve everyone sincerely. Soon, the eldest son's wedding was completed. Later, Tariq married off his second and third sons as well. Now Tariq's house was full of joy. He believed no one was more successful than him. Meanwhile, Sarah still lived in her hut with her daughters. Sometimes they had food in the morning, but starved at night, and sometimes they ate at night, but had nothing for the morning. Poverty turned life into a continuous trial. People's taunts never stopped. Despite everything, Sarah remained patient and continued praying to Allah. She believed Allah never disappoints His servants. And then, Allah opened a door. A respected family from the city came seeking a proposal for Sarah's second daughter, impressed by her beauty and character. With courage, Sarah investigated and agreed. The wedding took place with dignity. People were astonished that such a family chose a poor household. Later, Sarah's eldest daughter, known for her kindness and good manners, was also chosen by a noble family. Her marriage took place as well. Soon after, the youngest daughter was married too. Sarah was left alone, but Allah did not abandon her. One of her wealthy sons-in-law gave her a beautiful house in the city so she could live with dignity. Eventually, Sarah moved there and lived a life of respect and peace. Now Sarah had honor, comfort, and stability. This was Allah's reward for her patience. Meanwhile, Tariq's life began to fall apart. 2 of his sons left the village for the city against his wishes. Later, his third son drowned in an accident and passed away. This shock shattered Tariq completely. His house of happiness collapsed. Eventually, he divorced his second wife as well. She fell ill and later moved to the city with her sons. Tariq was left completely alone, surrounded by wealth, yet without strength or peace. One day, Sarah's eldest daughter visited the village and saw an old, broken man with dirty clothes and empty eyes. She asked about Tariq's house. The man replied with tears, "I am that unfortunate Tariq." She cried and took him to the city, treated him, and served him. Later, Tariq begged Sarah and his daughters for forgiveness, admitting his injustice. He realized that daughters, whom he considered a burden, had become his support. Eventually, Tariq passed away after a painful illness, served by the very daughters he had rejected. Allah honored Sarah, despite her hardships. Lessons from this story: human thinking is limited. Allah's decisions are always better. Mocking people in hardship is a great sin. Daughters are a blessing, not a burden. Injustice is never forgiven. Its punishment comes in this world and the hereafter. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting and fun story.